So now I'm offering a pick a card reading. So this will be the pre-shuffle, and then I will pick 3 decks to go with the 3 piles and expand from there. So take what resonates. Pick a card reading allows you to get a little bit of the energies that are kind of driven in your direction, but like any reading, any general reading, any advice someone gives you, you know best. So listen intuitively, read the cards as they fit for you, and only explore what works for you. You know best. You are your best teacher. So I've got 3 piles, working with the Heaven on Earth deck and the Dragon Oracle. And so what would be most beneficial, serve, provide the overall energies here. Top one, let's see. Anything else? Throwing cards all over the place. Alright, and last one. Taking that. Alright, and what would complement these energies? And again, provide what would work best. What would serve well here? Go with this. Gonna work Cartomancer poker deck, rose gold playing card, now this one's been my favorite, the Bob Ross poker deck. So just taking a look at this, what calls to you, go with your initial. Sometimes you can talk your way out of it. You can also listen to different ones and see what little nuggets or what inspiration is there. Okay, so if the Bob Ross card deck spoke to you, this message may be for you, or these words may resonate. Take what feels right for you. I also have the Work Your Light Oracle off to the side. We might pull from that as well. Okay. Open yourself to higher learning and wisdom. Expand your crown chakra for illumination. Walk the higher spiritual path. Rise and shine. So step up and step into your light. If something is longing to be reborn, roll with it, sister. Or brother, sorry. Whatever it is for you, I mean, start to stoke your power. And you're not alone in working with that. You might call on the crystal yellow dragon. You might call on your archangels. You might call on your guides. You might pray to Mother Mary. You might speak through an ancestor. There might be a place in nature that you get your spark. It might be a type of movement. Whatever it is, really balancing your output and input, and starting to explore how that input is for you, and allowing it to come through the crown chakra so that the light pours in through the crown, and then you can start to manifest, play with that in 3D. But that also requires, you know, working from the ground up through the chakras to allow this to pour in, not to overwhelm you or sound too daunting. But when you want to keep everything in balance to let it come in, okay? It's interesting here, you have the yellow and orange. It makes me think of the Vishuddha chakra, and I always think of that as like this cycle figure 8. Your second chakra, that is both your emotional center and your creative center. You can think of other chakras as ways to express it, but thinking about how your emotions, think about a dancer that moves through the emotions and flows with it, almost like, you know, swimming with life, or it was just there and I lost it. Singer. I was thinking of Sarah McLachlan, and I remember hearing her in concert, and she was telling the story about writing her songs and sharing them. And sometimes even Tash Sultana, she talks about when she gets ready to sing, I've seen her like look over and be like, I'm sorry, I just have to do this, speaking to her partner as she, you know, belts out this love song. That there is this processing through your emotions that brings something beautiful into the world. Okay, so let's take a deeper look. Bob Ross, he's got some wonderful messages here. How is it? What is it that comes through and in? Being open and rise and shine to the occasion. Okay, it's infinite, it's ever flowing. So number 17 going to number 8. What's on this one? First this. I like to bend up my cards too much. What wants to come through? What messages would serve to inspire, rebirth, help? Whoa. Just go out and talk to a tree, make friends with it. So that kind of goes with what I was saying as far as, you know, call in your guides, call on whomever. And Six of Pentacles, being generous. So being generous with what goes out, but know that you have to come, you know, generous with that communication, generous as in bringing that into the material world, knowing that there's this reciprocity with spirit, that you're not going to be left out in the cold. Go out and talk to a tree. So that's telling me to, you know, get out in nature, whether that's to go fishing, get a boat. I'm seeing a rocking chair, or like a rocking, this rocking motion. So if someone likes to sit on the front porch, or they had a grandparent that sat on the front porch or rocked in a rocking chair, you can call on that grandparent. You can mirror that energy of holding it. Whatever you need to do to soothe yourself and receive counsel from source. Go after that, dive into that, go for it. Bottom of the deck, 3 of Hearts. Three of Swords often is about pain and heartache. So how can you learn from that and transform that into something beautiful to share? How can artists and naturalists speak to the world? All right. we just show you how, but you have to make the decisions. When you have this much power, you have to make big decisions. So you have to make the choice to transform that energy, to receive the counsel, receive the light, and share your creative energies. Okay, that's your choice to make. One more for you. I just got the sense of this deck when I put these on the table to start your reading. This is to work your light oracle. And take the messages. You can read the cards on your own, as far as like if you get something from the card you see, just roll with that over my words. Teaching. What is your pain? What is your pain teaching you? And how can you make that choice? Make that choice. Oh, I had to show you. Oh, go with it, go with it. I'll show this one. I could read all of these, so I'm sorry. This is the bottom of the deck right under this. These things live right in your brush. All you have to do is shake it out. Shake them out. So shake out that pain. Shake out that pain. And let it come into something beautiful. Let it turn into something beautiful. What is that something beautiful, and how can we provide a message of clear guidance, inspiration to let that come out, come through for this group 2, for the Bob Ross deck group. Sorry to label you. Alright, for whoever is watching that needs this. That was that. Your intuitive guidance. Speaking clearly, so follow the nudge. Follow your creative spark. Your natural needs, so go a little bit younger, to, if you're not quite sure what you need, go back to some of your younger years. Unfortunately, I'm sorry if that also stirs up some pain. There might be like something about you, as something that you knew in childhood, or that you embraced in childhood, this moment that might give you some clarity on how to transmute this energy, okay, to come into your light. Your guidance is divinely guided. Trust it. Trust it. Walk your path and follow your instincts. I'm seeing this like gesture, the hands out, like they want you to pour it out. But I keep seeing her like that. I'm really drawn into her walking, so that's why I said walk your path. Like it's like they're, when I see this in this context, it's almost telling me like you pouring out, but also they're right there with you pouring out. Okay, so it's again reciprocity and layers. Work in layers. You don't have to understand every layer, but just understand if there's something that you may have been working in layers all your life and not understanding it or knowing it, okay? And that you probably already received some sort of clear guidance, and sometimes in that process there is some Three of Swords energy because of how that guidance in your natural way of being was perceived, okay? So don't take that on as that you are a mirror and that person didn't like what was being reflected back to them. And so you are the light you are that mirror to others through what you do. And so your friends, your guides are your teachers, and I'm hearing lovers. They're gonna mirror back to you as well what you need to grow, but you're also helping others grow. So it goes back and forth. Again, reciprocity feels very huge here. Walk the walk, talk the talk. You may already be doing that. You just might need to shed some layers of this Three of Swords energy. I'm just seeing crystal clear. What's clear to you might not be clear to others, and so that's might be what you're getting the kickback in that mirroring process, or what, again, that Three of Swords energy is. Roll with it, and generosity and reciprocity. No, and that reciprocity might not be firsthand on land. That trust. Sorry, now you. Sorry about the dog background. Trust that as you're divinely guided, you just trust your path here. Love and light are with you. And as long as you keep bringing that into your heart, that pure nature, you can do no wrong. Okay, I think I've said enough. I hope this served well. Take what resonates, and if something doesn't feel a fit, dismiss it. And you can always reach out for a personal reading. Set now. Okay, if the Rose Gold Tarot playing card deck spoke to you, these messages might be for you if they feel a fit. So Silver Lunar Dragon bathes you in divine feminine light. Come into balance and practice peace, harmony, and cooperation. Expand your chakras, expand your aura. And notice your inner vision. So sometimes what's happening on one plane is different than what you have this intuitive knowing about, especially when it comes to layers of the mind, layers in a relationship. There might be something you sense or see, and this could be a matter of deflecting accountability if it's an unhealthy relationship, or it might be a hidden mask in a relationship that's forming, for example. So it really depends on where you're at. So notice what your inner vision is telling you, what your intuition is telling you, and how that comes through. So this is saying inner vision, but your clairs might be speaking to you in a different way. It might be thoughts. Your intuitive guidance comes in different forms. Trust what you see in your mind's eye. Trust what your intuition is telling you, and that is far different than the thoughts, the mind, the ego kind of turning, and sometimes the layers of emotions can mask or filter this as well. Your divine feminine light needs to shine and come into balance. So noticing if you're in reactive mode, notice if you're in proving mode, if some sort of fight, whatever that is, and really trusting that your light as you shine will call into you on another level what is meant for you, okay? And standing your ground in any boundaries will also just don't cut corners for what you want in your life. Hold your ground, and that's part of your divine light, to then allow whatever doesn't resonate on the level that you vibrate to just disappear in some beautiful way. So let's expand. what is coming to mind and how is it coming to mind? Notice if it's a thought driven by your own or it's almost like handed to you. Okay, Six of Pentacles or Six of, so your generosity in loving, and Three of Diamonds. Diamonds mirror the Pentacles and the Tarot. So celebration, sometimes this is considered, sorry, the cards, the marriage card. So marrying a commitment to yourself and spirit. So that being your first, your divine light, and your commitment to yourself being the first commitment, the holy commitment that you make, and celebrating in that place. And from that place of what serves you best, that commitment that you have with spirit, the commitment that you have with yourself, then being the place that you are generous, that you give from. So you're giving from a full cup. Yeah, okay, so let's look at bottom of the deck, Five of Wands. So when you're balancing that energy, so 5 being 1 to 10, well, we have this balance your energy for inner peace and harmony. Noticing the pendulum swing between the earth energies and the fire energies, or masculine to feminine. I'm seeing one of those, I wish I knew the name of the stone, but there's a crystal that's kind of long and brown, and it's about that balance. I'm going to have to look it up. So where's the pendulum swinging for you? And the way that you express your light is uniquely your own. So your pendulum, where is the pendulum swinging from your midline, from your core being, your essence, as married with your divine feminine light, okay? So not to fight or being resistant. So if you want something to come to you, you want something, you're overachieving, you're overacting, you're overreaching is not going to bring that to you. It's actually going to propel it, because that's not part of your core being, your core energy. Your energy needs to radiate from your aura. It's not action oriented. Now, this is not to say that actions don't follow or you become a doormat. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that what is meant for you will naturally come to you as you stand your ground in your divine feminine light. I'm gonna pull from the Return to Love, Self-Love Oracle deck. So that's this one. To continue to expand. Out of reach. So if there's a connection that feels out of reach for you, go up for it. And as you go up, your energy expands, and then you, rather than propelling, you become like a magnet. So think of the magnet, when it is aligned, it just snaps right in place. If you've ever played with a strong magnet, you gotta watch your finger, that'll hurt. But if it's in the wrong place, it starts to have this magnetic pull that kind of pulls away. So if that kind of resonates on how your energy is speaking in the place of your longing, your desire, your push, of what you see and know to be true for you. I'm going to explore that. Are you propelling or are you drawing in? And it's on an energetic level. It's not action oriented. So it's about filling your cup, okay? Filling your heart and mirroring love. So I'm hearing don't bite the hand that feeds you, but sometimes there can be a snap or fight. We're only human, but how can you keep going in to see what you need to receive the love that you need? So feeling, again, I can't stress enough, fill your emotional cup and shine your light. Wait for the answers. Wait. I'm hearing wait. I know we talk about divine timing in the spiritual relationship world, but wait before action and check in with your own energy current. Okay, so I'm going to go with this. Got 3. Shine your light. You're here to shine. Beautiful pink petals. Let's look at that. Ground yourself and allow yourself to be held. So setting your ground base, knowing your foundation. So if your energy is if you're feeling a lot of air, if you're not grounded, then you're going to start to cling to something that may or may not serve you, or cling to something, whether it's food or drink, to ground yourself instinctively. So how can you allow also yourself to be held in that by spirit? And if it's a relationship that's in question for you, then allowing yourself to be held on this planet and trusting that, okay, I think I said that wrong, but allowing yourself to be held in the relationship as well. But that's from you grounding yourself and holding your ground and your boundary, that then allows like the footing for the relationship to unfold, if this is what is speaking to you through this reading. Cycles. And I just said divine timing. So the moon energy, everything has its cycles, the tides, it washes away. So if there's this emotion that's just like stirring up, that too shall pass. And as you ground yourself and allow yourself to be held by spirit in your own energy space, or in the space of the relationship, then you can allow your intuition, the moon, the light to shine in the dark, to see what needs to be cleared, healed, and what awareness needs to be brought to the surface. Beautiful. Listen to your inner wisdom and your guidance. Listen. So I always love it when the card colors work well. So you are awakening into your light, into who you are. So what wants to come through is that light for you to shine. So trust and listen to your inner wisdom, your inner guidance, okay? And call on your angels, your guides, whomever, the divine light that you are. Let it keep coming in, and ask for that clearing, whether that's to take a bath or just like imagine the light coming in like a shower into your heart, your soul, your aura, and letting it expand. I hope this served well. Take what resonates and dismiss the rest. Love and light. Set Nam. So this poker deck, Cartomancer poker deck, spoke to you. This may be a reading for you. I'm gonna also use the Scrabble pieces because I just like, I don't know, I kind of pair up things, and they seem to work well together for a reading. There's also a shadow deck. I haven't used it yet, but I think it would do a great read. If any of you are out there and interested in that, look at that. I don't get kickback. I just, it's I've been thinking about getting it. I need to do that. Let's see. All right, we're going to start with the Scrabble pieces today. Start there. So you hear some noise. All right, let's see here. Oh, it needs to come through. I'm seeing run, aura, tan, 8, like A-T-E, nap. Let's put all these out. Or gap. Gap could be it too. So with this being a general reading, I want to go ahead and get all of it out. Oh, they moved. So run. Like that. Okay, so let's start there. Okay, so may need rest, might be running from something. All right, we're gonna just put the gate there, although I was thinking gap. Okay, let's see where that fits. All right, trust in divine time. Golden Christed Dragon brings you your higher love so that you can embody Christ light. So resting when you need it, noticing if you're running from something that wants to come through, and letting the gates of your heart open up. Let the gates. So with this, that flow, sometimes that it might be a transition period that's really asking you to have some faith. Something, where are you on the side of running or resting? And maybe you're sleeping, you know, you're just turning a blind eye and sleeping. And I'm not saying that needs to stop. There's a reason for it. So whatever behavior that you've had, however you're running, however you're shutting out the moment, whether it's a drink, whatever way that you overeating, not eating, however you're running from the now, from what's this water stands out. So running from emotions. That undercurrent is the riptide starting to pull you under, and so all you know to do is run, to shut the door, to sleep it away, to eat it away. But know that in the pull of those tides of uncertainty, there is spirit here to help you. Your behavior is the radar signaling you to make a change, and you already know you need to make this change. You know it. And don't shame yourself for it. There's a process. Sometimes, you know, a baby doesn't just, or like we don't just start running, right? We start crawling, and we fall down when we learn to walk, right? So it's part of the process of what's happening for you to start to allow spirit into your heart, to start to make those divine connections. And it's a process, and trust that you will be received. So there is no shame in the light. They see you, they see your heart. They know you're true, right? I'm just seeing this mama just pick up this baby and hold, oh my goodness, and hold him. They hold each other. They hold each other. You're not too much for Source to hold you. You deserve love. You deserve it. You really deserve love. And they're shining the light. It's kind of like, I think like a lighthouse. It's up there, kind of warning you not to hit the land from your boat. It's there for you to go up and in. And they're inviting you in. And it may be through your pain and your process that you finally surrender to allow them in. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. That's all I hear. It's okay in that holding. So allow yourself to be held and coddled. And whatever game you're in, there's no shame there. You might be ashamed, but it's signaling something. It is signaling something. A need for change, a need to swim rather than be afraid of the riptide, right? A riptide can cause some major damage, right? But when you're talking an emotional riptide, when you're running from it, however you run, you sleep it away, that's going to cause more damage. You know, I used to teach mental health first aid. And so I look at substance use disorders, look at disordered eating, suicide, depression, anxiety. And it's very interesting that it shows up differently in different stages of your life. Even if you've battled with depression as a teenager, when it shows up in life as an adult, it's different. Older age, it's different. And so how those emotions that you're running from are manifesting in the material world and how you're coping with them is an opportunity. I don't know if you can see these letters. It's an opportunity to go in and go up and to allow the divine to hold you just as you are, just as you are. Surrender. And go right into the castle of the divine. And in there is your home. And you can return there and continue to go there. And they're there to receive you. Oh, honey, it's okay. It's okay. And if it was something from the past, that needs to be forgiven too. One way. I'm hearing one way, so you're thinking it's a one way, but it's not. It's a flow. And again, take that as it resonates. Any Ellen DeGeneres fans out there? I don't know why she's coming to mind. Maybe perhaps you're working with someone that has disordered eating or substance use, and that's hard to watch them go through that, and they have to make their own choices, and you have to too. You have to make your own choices. And you can't change that other person. They have to want to walk into the gate. And you also can't enable them, and you can't fix it for them. You also have to stand your ground. So I'm not sure which direction this is for you, where you're at. This is a general reading, so there's it may or may not speak to you, so listen intuitively. So you don't want to close a blind eye to what's happening either for yourself or another person. Keep your eyes open to see. This is what's coming through the bottom of the deck. Transcendence. So, you know, 10 of Wands can feel very burdensome. Whatever is happening can feel very heavy. But offer it to the light. You don't have to take it on. You can take it up. And let your pain be your teacher. Notice the third eye there. You don't have to swallow it down, the pain. No, you speak it, you let it out, you transmute it into something beautiful. And through there, you don't have to, it's just your pain. This is everyone's pain. And I'm borrowing words there from a TED Talk. TED Talk is by Janie Shepherd. A broken body isn't a broken person. Beautiful story that speaks on multiple levels. A broken body isn't a broken person. And so whatever feels broken to you, you are still worthy of love. You are worthy, okay? So yes, there is an uncertainty. 7 of Hearts, 7 of Cups. You've never been in this moment, in this time right now. So every day you have a new opportunity to pick up that drink or pick up that phone or lay it to rest or say a prayer, whatever it is. So everything is new, and from these steps forward, you're creating a new path and making that change to clean up or set a boundary, take that new job or whatever it is for you. to, again, put down that drink. It's new. It's new. You haven't felt that before because now there's new emotions compiled. There's a new level of understanding brought to the table. And so it's going to feel very raw and very new. I tell you what, when you dive into those layers of pain, it is raw, it is messy. I mean, get your tissues and just let it out. I mean, let it out. And on the other side of that is happiness, is something new. It's cleaned up because you've cleaned out the emotional layers. Oh my gosh, I'm about to cry now. Just let it go. And however it needs to be, because stuffing it down, it's just going to come out in another way. Whatever that is for you, however you run from your emotions, or you're trying to hide your shame, your pain, it's gonna keep coming up in a new way. You're gonna find yourself in these cyclical patterns. It just looks a little different, right? Same, not so, same but different kind of thing. But on the other side of cleaning up your act and working through the trauma, you're going to transcend on another layer, and it's going to feel a little scary. It's going to be scary, but it's teaching you. You're 7/7 teacher, okay? It's teaching you something, okay? So notice what's happening in the material world and in the emotional world. And as you start to play with it rather than run from it or mask it, you're going to find something on the other side. And so that is your message. That's your message through the pain, is listening to that. Jack of Hearts. There's something in your heart, and this card speaks to innocence to me. And notice how you have water here with this is emotions being part of what excuse me, what just keeps swimming, like Dory. She's so innocent, and that she's like, come on, we're just gonna do this, you know? And her partner's like, oh my gosh, the worst case scenario, but this, but that. And he's afraid, right? And all that fear is kind of moved through the whole family, and worst case scenario happened, right? Because Nemo went out on a limb, right? Because his father pushed him, but he pushed him out of fear. And then the worst case scenario did happen, yeah? And are you holding too tightly? Are you allowing it? You allowing, like, cage in the emotions. Okay, I feel like we need a closing message, and we're going to work with the Ganesha deck to kind of close this out and give you like a call to action. I call this our call to action card. So Ganesha is about removing, or Ganesh, this deck has an A on it. This one here, hold on. About overcoming obstacles. Overcoming obstacles. What would serve to help overcome obstacles right now? Now is the time to make the change. The past is complete. You can use the past to your advantage. It is not something, okay. Surrender, number 2. Splendor, 46, 10, 1. So fruits of the labor, there's something on the other side when you surrender what's coming through to you. It's interesting that they're taking a nap and we had the letters nap. Splendor, that works with the word gate that we have here. So you're going to go through that, reflect in. Okay. Also works with spiritual quest. So you're on a journey. You are on a journey. So whatever happened that built this pain and this feeling overburdened, you're on a quest, and Spirit's here to help you move. You need to move. So there's a balance between relaxing, movement, reflection, to receive. And it was interesting, Ren came up with this. So maybe some of you, it's not about running from emotions, but going for a run. So some sort of, whatever it is for you, that gives you your energetic movement, but also making sure you take time for reflection. So 2, 1, what do we have? 4, stability. Another 4 with reflection. 5, movement, halfway there. 9, relax. 13, 4, 3. It depends on how you work that. I'm still working with numerology. Some days it works for me, and other days I'm like, numbers what? Okay, so you've got some work to do. You do. I'm laughing with a kind heart. Like, you can do this. You totally can do this. You're on the upswing. This is gonna change. This is definitely gonna change. All right, sending you lots of love and light. You've got this. Setna.